Welcome back to Omnifactory. Alright, I did a little bit of work between sessions. I put down this white concrete and expanded out just a little bit some areas that we're going to be building shortly. Also expanded our deep mob learning. I kind of put a little chest here to auto feed diamonds into my dynamo, and I did the tiniest basic automation over here to auto feed ender pearls from here and auto feed them here into my fluid extractor. Meanwhile, I've got a full drawer full of clay, and I've got a little bit of backed up here, so we're all good on this aspect. I have created some new data models here and installed them and been swapping them in and out like the witch data model to get glowstone. Also spent a little time here on our blast furnace and stocked it up with plenty of aluminum, energetic alloy, and vibrant alloy. Alright, for today's episode, let's get in here and see what we're going to do. Basically, we're going to do almost this entire AE tree over here and get our patterns up and running and such. But before we do that, we've got one little quest over here to do. We've got to get a laser engraver and the lenses so we can make our inscription plates. Okay, I know this is a little hokey. I'm just going to put it here temporarily. Let's see if I can rotate it this way. Alright, my client was glitching out on me a little bit, but I've got that CEF here with the laser engraver here, and this seems to be working. Okay, I've also got the ingredients for my inscriber. The inscriber needs to be touching AE2 power, so I can just pop it in right here. And then with this, we can make various parts that we need for the chips. And this thing is kind of problematic. You can only put one item in at a time. And then we're going to use some diamond plates to make these little printed engineering circuits. And then the circuits and the printed silicon and a chip to make our first doohickey chip engineering processor. Okay, this thing is not even worth trying to automate. It's just such a big hassle. The game, just to simplify things, the game has included an advanced inscriber, which is much easier to automate. So we're going to go ahead and convert it up to that real quick and then get this in place again. And in here we can put like in one silicon press and then a whole stack of materials. And we can actually easily buffer in and out if we want to as well. Alright, so we got to craft up a bunch of these printed circuits, the diamond circuits, the gold circuits, and the Certus circuits. Okay, the next thing we're going to make is a calculation press. This is going to allow us to make a crafting terminal. Hooray! And the last thing we need is the logic press with the gold plates. Alright, time to upgrade this thing. We need that. We need a crafting table and the circuit that we already have. Okay, now put up the crafting terminal here, and now I can use this to craft things. Now the crafting terminal gives me a little crafting grid in here that also works with my AE2 system. So I can shift click recipes directly into the terminal and craft them right out of here. And this uses the ingredients in my AE2 system. Perfect. Alright, and here we go, the logic processor. That should complete. Yes, now we've got all of the different processor types. And here's how I automate the advanced inscriber. You have to go ahead and put the plate in there, the press, but then you put the ingredients in the linked chest, and the Ender IO cable will automatically put the ingredients in there and take out the ones that are done. It's smart enough to only try to fill this with the plates that it needs. One storage monitor and then one crafting monitor. Alright. Okay, this is all looking real derpy here. that's okay. This is all temporary. I have plans for this. I'm going to put all the cabling underground in a basement, and I've got that almost finished, but it's not quite ready yet. So for now, we're just going to dire it up and do this hobo shit. And my first interface. Ta-da! Okay, I need some grains of affinity, so I went ahead and made several flint and steel here. Okay, those 4 flint and steels made just over a stack of grains of affinity. Perfect. Here we go. 1 crafter completed. Alright, and now I should be able to make the molecular assembler. Awesome. Alright, for right now, I don't have any patterns yet. I'm just going to kind of hook it up and stick it right on it like that. Alright, perfect. Our next major goal is patterns. To get patterns, we're going to need plastic sheets, and we're also going to need the first tier 3 circuit, as that's what they're made out of. Okay, my power here is out of control. I'm using everything that I'm making, so I need to invest in a reinforced upgrade kit and some fuel catalyzers to increase the efficiency. Okay, here we go. 1 upgrade kit, and then applying it to the dynamo. It's now went from 3700 to 6250, a huge increase. And then make my fuel catalyzers like that. I need 5 of those, and then 5 of those. Done. So in my dynamo, my diamond usage is going to go way down. So without them, it's doing 1.5 million per diamond, and with them in here, each diamond makes 2.4, so that's a huge increase. Alright, I decided instead of janking it all up too much, I needed to make a little bit of a more permanent infrastructure. I got to get a cutting machine here, which is a MV only level cutting machine. So I've made a separate new line here where my machines are going to go on a more permanent basis. I also crafted up some silicon bowls in my blast furnace. I'm going to drop those in the cutter with a little bit of water. They don't take much water each, but the recipe is pretty long, 20 seconds each. And I think I just got to get this wired up for power. Hey, I've got my power routed underground. I'll show you that basement at a later date, but my machine's now cutting the wafers off the bowl. Perfect. Wafers have to be inscribed on a laser, the advanced precision laser, with a red lens in it, like so. Okay, the laser is inscribing the wafers up here and ejecting them down here to the cutting machine, which will cut them and then eject them out to the chest. We're just going to let that run while it's got a lot to make. No problem. Here we go. We're about to make our first tier 3 circuit. What am I missing? And here we go. Put the plates in there. And it's a-making them. Just like that. Ta-da! Quest complete. I now have polyethylene sheets automated. Let me quickly show you the build I did to make this work. Alright, so I'm got a crate here full of sugar cane. I'm manually putting that in here now. I've got 2 brewers hooked up to that with water that take the sugar cane and take it down into biomass. Here in the distillery, the biomass gets converted into ethanol. And then up here, I've got sulfur and water that turn into sulfuric acid. So here in the advanced chemical reactor, the ethanol, the sulfuric acid both combine to make ethylene. In another chemical reactor, the ethylene and oxygen combine to make polyethylene. That gets ejected upwards into the solidifier in a mold to make the sheets of polyethylene. Now I do have a source of oxygen. The sugar cane goes into a macerator to make sugar. Then the electrolyzer takes the sugar and makes oxygen. I do have a fluid trash can here to get rid of the waste product, the diluted sulfuric acid over here, and any excess water that comes off of the oxygen maker here. Here we go. Can I do it? Yes. Patterns. 8 patterns. Oh, I got more I can do. Here we go. Patterns, patterns, and more patterns. 32 patterns. Hooray. Okay, power upgrade is complete. I've got about 612 to about 25,000 RF per tick capacity here. And I've got 2 stacks of diamonds. I need to get working on that. Craft them up right now. Okay, a quick recap of where we're at. We've got a crafting terminal set up here. Then over here, we've got a few patterns set up to craft our first initial things. And we also upgraded our power system. Next time, we're going to tackle deep mob learning. See you then.